So during this whole process of you going through all this, were you still in school or out of school, or maybe you finished? Varsity. You were in varsity now.
It's just a no.
And how many years into varsity?
The last time that happened. The last time it happened, it was my fourth year.
Your
My fourth year.
fourth year in varsity. And that's not so long ago.
So now it's 2 years.
And you still got into
No.
emotionally, you ever think of it and then let it?
Honestly, I think about it when I see people going. That's when I break down. Like I can't even be around such situation because it's second trigger. When I close my eyes, I literally, it's like I can see it. I mean, it's perfectly.
So you finished your, you were very good in school, academics and everything. You will be a boss, obviously. How long did it take you to get into?
To get a job after studying after varsity,
Straight away. Same, how many months approximately? Do you still remember?
I hadn't even graduated yet and I was still teaching.
Okay, and was this in Islam?
Islam.
Okay, and you had friends that were probably struggling to get jobs, all of stuff. So what was the ways that you took in order for you to secure that? Because for me, I studied IT and fine arts. Anytime that I was studying, I was working, like throughout. Anytime I studied, all those years, I was working. So if I'm studying this, I'm working in that field. If I'm studying that, I'm working in that field. So by the time I was done, he couldn't tell me that I don't have experience. And I'll be like, oh, okay, you just make it happen.
Yeah,
you know?
it was over.
Yeah, and then you can't tell me I don't have this qualification or that. You're making up excuses.
Yeah.
So with you, when you finish and then you go the right away, there are people that struggle to get jobs. What's your advice on it, or what do you think is a problem?
I think it has to do with the career field, as in the choice, what knowledge, how difficult it's going to be for you to get work after. So, but as in for teaching, the teachers, there aren't really posts in this country. But for me, I was doing practicals at that school, and I know some of my practicals at that school. And at that time, as I was saying before I graduated, I was already, they were short of a teacher. So I was helping them out basically first. I was just helping because I was doing practicals there, and it was early experience. For me, it was just about experience. It wasn't really about getting paid at that time because I wasn't even graduated. So I think it's very important to also not always chase the check. Like if you study, if you study, the advice I would give is like if there's opportunities like to help out, this is what you studied, you studying this thing. If you can help out somewhere or intern somewhere, throw yourself in.
Because most of those people, they're actually staying with them there. So they're not paying any bills.
Yes.
So like you say,
there's nothing to lose. It's building your own experience and nothing to lose. And also these people are noticing. So when you do finish, and even if it's not by them, if they hear about something, I think you'll obviously come up on the people's eyes.
So at what point did you decide that you need in Islam? And where you currently working? Is that why you moved out of Islam?
I was working, I left the job to move. As I said, in East London there aren't really posts available. I'm talking about government posts. Governmental posts. And that's what we all actually looking for in the teaching. You want a government post because you know that they all the benefits are very secure. So I was on SUB at the first school. So I went in January. I got called to a private school in town. So I was there. They were offering more. So I was at a private school. But also it's not anything permanent, you're not secure. And while I was there, I was just there in January, and I know my one varsity friend, she's from that side. So she was at the school where she is, and they had a post available, and she was like, I know she told one of my other varsity friends, she's also now, SUP post. She was also at the time at Willow Park. And she told her, I remember you saying, Sionaid, once, I'm not afraid to move. Like, I'm willing to leave because I have a child. That was always my thing. Whatever I have to do, I'm going to do it to secure the baby for my son. So she told her, and then she told me that I had just took my life because it's Afrikaans school, the Afrikaans medium, and I studied also in English. My things are English. So she just said, no, tell me to sing the CV. At that point, I motivated her. My other friend told me immediately by telling her I'm going to send my things, and we both sent her CVs. Not even long, like maybe 3-4 days later, they called. So they called. They did call for the pass, but then I was the first one to leave, and that's how I left the February. I left in February, so I was just gonna man by the spirits.
Okay, so you haven't, ever since you moved, you haven't been really there for long. But you enjoying it so far?
I haven't been there for long. It's my first year, 11 months if you count it from February. It's very nice and enjoying it. It's very quiet. It's very different from the city.
So before we end this, I've got 4 cards with 4 colors. I want you to choose one color. Each of them is got a question. And so you decide on which color you want, and then you answer. You actually say out the question, and then you answer the question.
What's my favorite color, guys? Because the red has been into it. So I read it out.
Yeah.
Advice on bullying. For the children, for the person that's being bullied.
Yeah. In general.
In general.
So let's say from the side of the person bullying, and then the person killing.
My advice to someone being bullied would be I know it's difficult, especially because you're shy. When you get bullied, it's difficult for you to even tell others because they already don't want to look weak. My advice would be find that person that you know you can trust and express your feelings, and also not to be scared, because at the end of the day, you will belong. No one can make you feel like you don't belong, and always remember, people that bully others are intimidated by you, because they will never just bully someone random. It's something about you that is making them burn, and then they do that to you. They try to inflict pain because they're actually intimidated by you. So I would advise you to stand up for yourself by going to the nearest person that you think will help you in the situation. Also, for the person that's doing that, I would say that there's a lot of introspection that needs to be done. Take some time, look at yourself, look into yourself, because there's definitely probably something that's bothering that person, and that's why I feel personally why they do that, because they don't want to think about what's going on with themselves, whether it be the conditions at home or relationship with parents. I know, like if one parent is not in your life, and the other one has parents, and now you want to bully that one because they have everything you actually want. I would say just take time to get to know yourself, and get to know yourself.
I actually quite close. I'm thinking of it, and it's very deep. One last question. What would you say, since you're a mother and you are also a teacher? I know that most parents just, I'm not going to use the word neglect, but just leave their kids, they send their kids to school, and then they don't check on their work. And then, I mean, they think that, I used to be told that, school is the kid's second home. So the mother is still, and the father is still supposed to, take care of the child, like you said, be involved. Do you experience a difficulty with that? And since you being a mother, what is the advice that you would give to parents, and how do you go about it?
And the thing is, children spend more time with the teachers, even if that is the second home. It's actually the first home. because you leave your house. The children are leaving before 8, imagine, in the morning.
Yeah.
And then some parents are still even working, so they don't even see the parents in their time until they come back from work. The thing is that the parents, the flop they make, the mistake they make is the mindset that it's the teacher's job to get this child on a level and to be clever or to help with whatever. And it's so much deeper than that. Because in a class, you might have 40 children or 41 children as a teacher. And then you have one child that is very struggling, or 2 or 3 really struggling. I'm never going to be able to give my full attention to that child because there's 41 of them. So there's 30. Yes, so you have to move on. So parents, when children come home, they're supposed to carry on and take the teacher's hand and carry on with the child. Because it's not only the teacher's responsibility, it's yours as a parent as well, to make sure there's progress. And also the thing that they don't communicate with teachers, some not all parents, they just send their children to school, then they wait for report time. Be involved.
Most parents don't even finish their report.
That's what I'm saying. So the advice I would give, maybe if they start involving themselves more, they would be more determined, and that's where you build that relationship with your child. You even get to know things about your child that you never ever noticed because if the child is at school, it comes home, they're playing. When you start involving yourself in your child's schooling career, it even builds a bond, a stronger bond between the parent and the child relationship. So the advice would be to get more involved, because what I know is that the parents are in hardly 1-2 parents are not really involved in their children's schooling careers.
Okay, so I'm gonna end it here today. Thanks for coming. Really appreciate it. I wish that we could go for probably 2 hours, but maybe we'll make a part 2 out of this, in the near future. Thanks for coming today. I really appreciate it. Do you have anybody you want to shout out to? You can use that camera right there if you want to.
I just want to say thank you for inviting me. I feel very honored. It's a privilege for me to have had this platform. I would like to shout out to all of the women that have been in a gender-based violence relationship and they got the courage to get out, to stand up against it. Keep going, keep moving.
And thanks. This is the end of our first episode. It was a success. Sionaid Scharneck, we thank you very much.
Oh, the